Hey, hey, hello everyone. How you doing? How you doing today? Hola Felipe. Hi Patrick. Hey Tocayo. How are you? Can Hola Moni. Can you hear me well? Hi Austin. Alex. Soleado relax. Hey Justin. Thank you Alex. Hi cheer. Hi Mr. Hans. Cheers. Right. Hey Thomas. TM 2000. Hi Annette. Bets boy Faisal. All right, guys. So today, hey Kumar. So today I need to do it like really fast because I have a phone call in 1 hour. So I don't want to leave anything behind. I would like to go over all of the plays that I was watching today. Just uh trying. I'll try to go fast today, right? So not too much experience share today. Just like all technicals on what I was watching on the chart. So today I only took one trade. It was a really nice trade. It was on SPY. It was the actually what I was watching today. I'm always like a big fan of plan your trades, trade your plan. So I was watching from the pre-market this here. So this here was kind of my support resistance area. So this is my battleground that I was watching today. So as you can see, it's basically 671. 671. So I was waiting for market to open and like going higher and some exhaustion move or whatever, or rejecting this 671, and that's exactly what started happening like right at the market open. So I was watching these two rejections, three rejections, and I was like, well, it's the 5 minute opening range, it's the 1 minute opening range, it's the area, the 671 that I was watching from the pre-market. As you can see here, this was the area like support turned into resistance, and well, this is exactly where I took my position on this third retesting candle here. Uh, what is this candle doing? Okay, well, this candle is the actual break and retest of the 1 minute opening range, but it's also confirmation of the rejection on 671. All right, so that's what I want you to watch. All right, what's what I want you to watch. This area here being rejected. So I know it's the pre-market, but well, I mean it's the pre-market on SPY, so it's not like AMD or well, what a move on AMD, right? We're gonna talk about that. But well, so this is exactly what I was watching. This support turned into resistance area. So I took my position right here on this candle when it was below these two previous retesting candles. And well, everything that I did is just watch it drop. And I have to confess something. This is not a regular thing that I do, but I actually added to my position right here on these two candles. I added to my position. I took like 1/4 of my position right here on this drop. So right here it was a really nice drop. Right here it was like 40%. Yeah, I think it was like 40% right here. Right? So when we retrace a little bit, retested this previous low of the day right here. Oh, right here. So when I was watching this first rejection, this second rejection, and then this drop, I added to my position right here. How much? Well, the same quarter that I sold here, I added here again, and well, these circles are my exits. All right, my exits. I actually closed my position right here on this candle. I was just writing. For being honest, right here, I only had like 4 contracts or 5 contracts because I was I was waiting if this was to close the gap, and yeah, for being honest, I was being greedy because uh, I wanted 100% here on the percentage. So yes, I was watching my P&L. I know it was wrong, but anyways, I think right here it was the right decision. It was the right decision. It's just like right here, it was like half of this percentage, right? Half of this percentage. It was only for contracts, yes, but well, again, the market structure was telling me that it had some move to, it had some more room to the downside, but it didn't happen. So right here on these candles, like in this candle here and this candle here, we got 77, almost 78 percent. This never hit 80%. This never hit 80%, at least from my second like my second entry or my ads. Probably from my first one it did, because it was like, I think it was like 64 my first entry. So anyways, it was a super nice trade. It was a super nice trade. Market was just doing this. And I'm gonna show you the difference between SPY and QQQ. QQQ was obviously taking a different direction just because of the AMD, right? So AMD, it's super famous between us. It's a big move. It's on a hot sector. But I mean, you understand, guys, that AMD is not part of the Max 7, right? So I know it's super relevant. It's important. It's actually kind of an industry mover. It's not a market mover, but it's an industry mover. But it's not even Max 7. So that's why I think, and it's just a guess, right? That's what I think. QQQ was moving way different than SPY, and we are gonna watch it in a few seconds or in a minute. But I just want you to understand how this was behaving, right? So second entry here, I think this was a really nice entry. This is the break and retest of the previous low of the day. And also this 670.67 was a key level on the 50-minute chart. So this was another good entry with clear objectives. And when I'm saying clear objectives, is first, pre-market low. Look at this. Pre-market low was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade, but actually I think 669.50 was kind of the real target, right? The real target. So right here we had a very nice entry here, very nice opportunity here with this break and retest of low of the day right here, and also this key level on the 15-minute chart. And lastly we had this one here. This is the break and retest of this previous low of the day. Can you see here? So this is kind of the break and retest of previous low of the day. Order blocks, one candle rule, whatever you want to call it. But this is it. And actually, I mean, if you say like, oh Neto, this is not enough displacement, this is just like a immediate retest, some sort of consolidation. Yeah, well, I'm gonna give it that to you. So you enter on the next retest, and actually probably here your risk will be, well, I don't know if I will enter here, right? Because of this candle here, it's reacting on pre-market low. So I'm not sure if I will enter here. But right here, it was again the break and retest of this area here, and in my mind, we still have this last push, right? Actually, again, I was thinking that we will fill the gap. It just didn't work. I mean, it just didn't happen. But that was kind of my plan. And yes, after this drop from 671.50 to 670, well, it's actually not that much, right? It's just a $1.50. It's not that much. Well, anyways, I mean, I just think that right here you still have one more push or two more pushes to the downside, depending on what the market wants to do. But we found the bottom right here, 669.50, right? 669.50 was the real bottom. And then after that, look at that squeeze. Look at that squeeze. So this is what I love. This is what I love from this kind of place. So right here, guys, this is exactly when you start looking at these squeezes, this is the change of character here, right? So you take the same areas you were taking to the downside, now they work to the upside, right? So you have this break and retest of this 670 or this order block here. So maybe you start adding positions here and you start looking for the next key levels. Look at this. My key level here will be this intraday pivot high, something like this. Look at this. Right here, this was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. And if you enter here on this candle, I mean, I'm not gonna draw every potential entry here, but I mean, now you can see, right? I mean, it's kind too easy. What's going on right here? Okay. It's kind of easy to spot the new entries right here. Order block, one candle rule, so break, retest, market structure is intact. You can just keep following this move, right? All the way to half the day. And well, that's exactly what is happening now. So this is how you read price action on SPY. It's really easy to identify the market structure when you have clear objectives or when you have clear key levels on the 15-minute chart or the higher time frame. That I mean, I use the 15-minute chart because I'm always day trading. I'm never staying overnight in a trade. So I think 15-minute chart it's enough for the kind or style of trading that I have. But if you use something like similar on the 1 hour, I think you will get kind of the same key levels than me. So if you start watching reaction on these, let's say, pivots, key levels, you will see that, I mean, identifying market structure to any side, it's kind of easy. You just need some patience, right? So let me take a look to the chat again. Hey, Kevin, Ramesh, Tassos, Chandru, Ryan. Alex, you enter 950, close 950 here. So you took this one here and close 1001. 1001. That was a super nice trade, Alex. Congratulations. Same day expiration? I think you did. You have been asking about that. Hello, Sherry, Francine, Gabi. Felipe, Neto, what do you think calls 1042? Calls 1042. Well, that's exactly what I just said, Felipe. This is another nice entry here. This could be like two things, or the 180, the 84% rule, or you take something like this, not all the way to here, but maybe to this candle. You take something like this and you start taking like the first. I will start taking like first these pivots here. Look how well they are. And this was a 1 to 2.2 to 2.5 risk reward rate to trade. I think this is okay. Especially if you enter like on the candle closure, because you already watched this reaction, right? This reaction here, it's really nice. This reaction here is really nice. So you know this is just a retest for some liquidity here on this area that we draw earlier in the day, right? That was a good one, Felipe. Bets boy, how did you take the SPY trade in the morning with such confidence at the open? Well, I just explained this, Bets boy. I think this area here was key. So it was, I mean, I just trusted the setup. It's not something today specifically that made me have conviction on it. It's just like I mean I have taken this same setup for I think 40 days now. Do you remember, guys, that I'm in this discipline challenge? I'm just taking puts on the SPY and QQQ with the break and retest. Do you remember that? So it's not that something today was special. It was like, I mean, everything was just telling me this was the play. Can you see this? Can you see these lower highs, lower high? Look, so can you see this? The only thing that the only thing what challenge? It's a personal challenge, Soleado. It's a the past quarter, the past trimestre, from April to June, I was taking too many setups. I mean, everything inside the break and retest, but I was taking calls out of the 5 minute opening range and calls out of the previous day high and puts out of the previous day close and puts out of the from the pre-market low. So I was taking too many setups with the same strategy, break and retest. So I took my half year performance review like really serious, and I was sharing with one of my mentors, and he was like, Neto, I mean, can you see this? Your journal is screaming at you. You should be taking puts on the indices. I mean, you have big wins on everything, but what is actually consistently giving you wins and huge wins are puts on the indices, even when we are at all-time highs. And I was like, well, I know, but sometimes it doesn't feel well taking puts when we are at all-time highs. And they are like, look at this. I mean, this was the all-time highs for SPY this day. I don't remember what day. And you have a 150% trade taking put. So I know it doesn't feel good on your mind, but your journal is screaming at you, dude, this is your play. So I started my personal discipline challenge. It's not a challenge about money. It's not a challenge about PNL. It's not a challenge about percentages. It's just a challenge for me to stick to just one thing and see how far I can go. Dude, I'm not sure if you are in the Scarface community, but I shared my September performance review. I'm taking trades with 1/3 of my usual size, and I made like a huge month. It was a really nice month. I mean, guys, I don't like to talk about money on my reviews. I don't want to talk money on my gains, or when I'm reviewing my plays. I don't like to talk about money because everyone is different, right? So you might be on this process when you are just taking you are taking your trades with just one, two, maybe three contracts, or maybe you are on this on the stage where you are taking $10,000 positions, right? Or $20,000 positions. That's great. So what I want you to understand is that it doesn't matter if you are trading $200 or $20,000 positions. Everything is the same with the right mindset. You need to execute the same when you are trading small, and so you can trade on performance base when you are trading big, right? So that's why I'm always telling you, like, guys, This is not about how much money I made. This is about how I executed my trade, how I enter into a position with conviction on the setup, because I have a lot of data on my journal saying this setup works. So it's nothing too special about today. It's nothing too special about today. I was just aware of this. We were making lower highs. We were turning this support area into resistance. And well, this is the exact same context that I've been taking for now like 40 days. I think, yeah, I started on September the 1st. So we have been trading this exact same thing for almost 40 days. So that's my challenge. It's a discipline challenge instead of a money challenge or win rate challenge. No, it's just a discipline challenge. See if I can stay taking the same setup every time. And let me tell you something, guys. Last Wednesday, no, I don't remember. I think October the 1st, I didn't take a trade because nothing showed up. But October the 2nd, I took one trade that made me my usual or my regular win on money for 2 days. So it was like, okay, well, my average, right? And then on Friday, I took just one trade. It was a small win because I was greedy. And I let it turn red the last portion of my position, and it just reacted too fast. So it was a small win, but it was a win. And today I took this trade. It made me almost 80% on the last contracts. And that's exactly what is this discipline about. About understanding, once this setup works, where I need to trim into my position. The Neto the trader on April will be taking half of his position here, taking 10% of his position here, 10% here, and right here I will be taking only like 2 contracts or something like that. But now, because I'm watching to my journal, because I'm recording my data, because I'm paying attention to what is actually happening on my charts every day consistently, I can take these trades. And I can tell you guys, the list that I got on these contracts was right here on this, and it was like 35%. And it's just because I'm listening to my execution, I'm listening to my data, I'm listening to my journal. And that's how you improve on trading. Not trying to remember what you did last month, not trying to remember what you did yesterday. It's actually recording with intention what you are doing every day consistently, and how you are feeling about it, right? How emotionally you are taking decision. All right. So do you remember, guys, that I was not experience sharing today because we are in a hurry? I'm sorry about that. It's just sometimes I think it's necessary to explain these kind of things, because again, I need you to start journaling every day. You don't need a fancy software for journaling. If you have a pen and a notebook, you can record everything that you need for a better performance, for a better execution. All right. So yeah, there's no excuses for not journaling. I mean, you don't need a fancy software. You don't even need an Excel file, right? You just need intention. You just need, the willingness to do it. All right. Declan, how do you deal with price hitting a key level before giving you an entry? Well, Declan, I'm just. Can you see here? I'm not guessing anything. I'm waiting for the reaction out of the key levels, and I wait for entry. So I'm not trying to guess anything. I just see how price reacts on key levels, and I execute accordingly. Alex, next day. Come on, money. I'm not a bear. I look like a bear, like a cozy bear, but I'm not a bear in the market. Um, Nacho, will you set up stop loss and take profit before you enter a trade? Because I found out my hands are slow and I can't catch up market. Well, it depends, Nacho. If you are trading futures, I think it's easier than if you are trading options like I do. So, um, if again, it depends. And I don't like, but that's a personal preference. I don't like hard stops. I use mental stops because this is what happens, right? Sometimes you take a position, you have some weeks, coming into your validation level, but not actually breaking the structure for your play. So you wait, right? You wait. uh how long you wait? Well, it depends of your experience, right? It depends of what kind of setup you're taking and how this actually works. Yeah, so even if you feel that you are slow, executing, I wouldn't take like a hard stop unless you find out that this is something like it's actually hurting you. Then I will try something like that. But it needs to come from your data, not from your beliefs, right? Okay. Neto, do you correlate your entries based on the move on QQQ? Well, yes, I do. Actually, let me show you. This is let me see if I can do it. Just give me 1 second here. All right. Can you see this is a different? Yeah. So can you see this is how I take my trades on the indices, right? I have SPY and QQQ back to back, so I can like I can watch if something is actually happening. Can you see here this area here? This is my trading arena. It's a different chart. uh yeah, so this is the exact level that I was watching, right? Rejection, 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 then drop. Okay, well, this is my chance here. So yeah, so who was asking? Kumar, yes. So this is the chart, or this is the layout that I use for when I'm taking a trade on the indices. All right. Oh, sorry. Now we are back on the trade review, right? Can you see? Can you see now the trade review layout? Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. Um, did not take any trades on any Max 7 today. I didn't. I didn't. Felipe, appreciate the advice. You're very welcome. Thank you, Felipe. Those words are everything for me. I do this with a lot of intention, trying to help traders like you. I know this is sometimes hard to understand for people, especially like you, you are a Spanish speaker, and we can't find good traders, Spanish speakers, or at least for options. I i had a very hard time when I started. So uh I answered your questions in Spanish on the community or the email. So thank you for your words. Thank you, Tocayo. Money. Someone takes care of money. She needs to be banned of this channel. Hey, Ramesh. Yeah, that's consistency, my friend. And I mean, losses are part of the game. So thank you for your words. Exactly. Yeah, you need to show up every day. and we need transparency about our wins and losses. And it's not transparency with anyone but you, right? I mean, you need to just face what you did right and wrong. um Thomas, actually it's still hard to draw the boxes for me every often. You know what, Thomas, all these lines, or you know all these lines, all these tags are automatically drawn by the tool that I use. So if you want to take a look to the tools I use for my charts, on the video description and also on the channel description, I have a link. It's a paid tool, but it's totally worthy. It's totally worthy because all these intraday key levels, they are automatically drawn on the next day, so you don't need to do anything. It saves a lot of time. Ah, the order blocks. Okay. Well, I mean, again, you don't need to draw the order block. I mean, you just need awareness of where the price action is actually, doing its thing. All right. Well, that was SPY, and this was QQQ. Obviously, QQQ was looking different. It was actually looking stronger. I'm zooming out so you can see the pre-market, right? The QQQ was actually looking stronger because AMD, because a few other names were kind of having a good day. But look at this. Once you start dropping on your pivots, so it was resistance turn into support, and then when you break and turn it into resistance again, what you do? Well, you do puts. Even if you are like money that she doesn't like puts, well, we do, we do, but we do for a reason, right? I mean, this is your reason. This is your reason. It's resistance turn into support, support turn into resistance, and then drop, right? So, hey, Neto, but this is super close to previous day high. I know, but what is the current price action telling you? What is the current price action telling you? Well, it's telling you that it doesn't want to support this price anymore. So what you do? Well, you do puts. You do puts. That's what I love from options, right? I mean, it doesn't matter what side you are taking, you can make money. Nacho, does the coaching services website still work? What? Yeah, still work. Nacho, send me an email. It's neto at tradingperformancecoach.com. Send me an email and I will tell you about it. Francine, 948. 948. Right here. Nice trade. Nice trade. Actually, this is exactly right. So this is the previous day high. This is the previous day high. So again, if it's rejecting previous day high, you take puts. So just Francine, did you were you able to capitalize on this small move? Because it took a bit, right? It took a few, it took a few touches right here on this previous day high to actually drop, but it finally worked. It finally worked. Yeah. So again, this is what I was watching here. Can you see this area here? Resistance turn into support, turn into resistance. I will take that trade every day. Every day. All right. So this is the first trade that I was watching here. It was almost a 1-to-4 risk reward ratio trade, right to our key levels on the 15-minute chart. Then you are creating, look at this. Oh. Then you are creating lower highs. So hey, this is a lower high. This is a rejection of a key level, previous day high. well, you take another ride to the downside, just as you did, guys. And this area here work several times, right? Work several times. UK, you shorted. Good. Good, good, good. Nice move, Francine. I mean, you just want to keep stacking small wins, consistency. It's gonna compound. Don't worry. What we want right now, Francine, it's us understanding this. I mean, lower highs, reactions to support resistance areas. This is exactly what we want. All right. All right, guys. You're very welcome. AMD. What happened to AMD? Guys, I know. Sell the news. Sell the news. This is exactly what happens with this kind of news. I mean, if I had a public company today and I wanted a nice pump on the market, I will schedule a few calls with OpenAI and tell them like, hey, I want to do a collaboration with you guys. What if we just print a few t-shirts with your name and mine and let's see what happens? And then on Sunday, I go to church and I let people watch me with my t-shirt saying my company's name and OpenAI. And this is what you get with a move like that. A sudden rip, because this is not a business done. This is just the news that they are starting conversations to see if OpenAI, that they don't have a positive, they don't have profit yet. They don't have profit yet. They are, I mean, they are still not a profitable company. So AMD is in conversations with OpenAI, a not profitable company yet, to deliver their products. Dude, I mean, it's not even a business done. So market open, they realize this is not yet a business done, and well, this is exactly what happened. So I really like this thing here. What is this? 220 key level. So break, retest, 220 key number, round number, strike number. This was super easy, guys. This was super easy because volatility, it's a two-way street, right? So overreaction to the upside, well, it needs to be compensated with an overreaction to the downside. All right. So now this imbalance, this fair value gap, how do you like to call it, guys? How do you call this kind of moves? It's new traders, fair value gap, old traders, imbalance. This is an imbalance. This is an imbalance, right? So let's see what happens on the next days. Guys, I don't want you to tell all my secrets, but this is a great opportunity. These are great times. These are great times to make money on AMD to the downside. This is the perfect storm for shorting AMD. Intraday, day trading. Don't get me wrong, right? Don't drop all your house money to short the asset. No. For day trading, do you remember, guys, that I told you that last year my best performer was AMD? Well, it was shorting AMD. So this is exactly the price action that I love. This is exactly the price action that I love. And you can see here, I mean, guys, this is kind of super obvious, right? So you have your areas really nicely drawn on your charts. And 220 right here, 220 right here. It was kind of a very obvious thing. So people start taking profit here. And well, this move, I was watching this move. This move here gave like 100%. It was awesome. And it was obvious, right? From 220 to 205, 206. It, yeah, it respected this gap. This gap, it's coming from, let me tell you what, many months ago. This gap is coming from March 2024. All right. And look at the gap that we are gonna have today. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, guys. It's gonna be crazy. 15-minute chart again. This is the chart that I'm watching all the time. The 15-minute chart. I mean, besides the 1-minute chart that I just showed you, that those are the two layouts that I'm watching besides my broker. So just for you to understand how I'm playing the indices. Right. So these were the two different plays that I was watching on AMD. Again, I'm using the same day key levels, guys. Can you see this pivot? It's like, okay, well, it come back, retested 220, drop, come back for this liquidity here on the pre-market, another drop, and well, that's exactly what I was watching here, right? uh to impulsive move with the news, price displacement, exactly. All right, so let's go to, what is this? Amazon was ugly today. I mean, I don't even understand this. Look at this. I really like this trade here. I really like this trade here. We were below pre-market. I'm sorry, previous day low. This drop, I actually like this drop here. I will be waiting for something like this, and also because the indices were doing nothing right here. I mean, QQQ was doing nothing, but SPY, look at it right here. SPY was with a nice market structure to the downside, and QQQ was actually rejecting previous day high. So I was thinking like, oh well, this is a nice trade. This is a nice trade with a very decent risk reward. Even if it doesn't come to low of the day, like let's say this external liquidity here, it's almost a 1 to 3 risk reward. I really like it, but just didn't work, right? It just didn't work. So let's go to the next one. Nvidia also was doing nothing too much inside of this 5-minute opening range. Big moves, but not good entries. So I don't know, guys. Do you like? Do you like these ones here? This is the break retest boom. Break retest of this consolidation area, or this support turn into resistance flip zone, and then the drop. Oh, sorry. Ah, what is it doing? All right. All right, so nothing too much to watch on Nvidia. I know you were waiting for something on Nvidia today. I think that That's not a fact. I think it's gonna consolidate a little bit on these 180s, right? Let's make it a 15-minute chart. This is, look at this. This is just the break and retest of the previous all-time highs. Previous all-time highs, retest, and this should be launched now. Let's see what happens. So this was hard to do something. I mean, it's just gonna consolidate for a bit. What is this? This is Tesla. All right. So here's the thing. Can you see this area here? Can we see this area here? Support, turn into resistance, then turn into support. So what would you expect to do here? Well, continuation to the upside, right? Continuation to the upside. The one thing here is that it was everything inside of the 5-minute opening range. That's why you don't like it. That's why you don't like it. And also, yeah, I think it just, you don't like it because it's inside of the 5-minute opening range. And also, let's take a look here on the 15-minute chart. It's in the middle of the range, right? It's in the middle of this range here. It's actually on the middle of this range here. So we need Tesla to actually believe in this, a reclaim of maybe this last week highs. The reclaim of this 450, 452, that takes you to this new range, and that's a different trade. That's a different story, right? So this is something that I would like. I don't know if we are gonna take it soon. Let's see what happens. Felipe, you did Tesla calls 1026. 1026 right here. Oh, well, look at this. This is exactly what we were saying, right? So it was kind of this support turned into resistance area. 1026 right here. Your stop loss is at the bottom of these candles, and maybe your first target will be this pivot high. Look at this. This is at 1 to 3.5 risk reward rate to trade. Actually, if you take it to the high of the day, it was a 1 to 4. This is a very good trade, Felipe. Congratulations there. Congratulations there. That was a nice, look at this. Support, turn into resistance, break, turn into support again, and you take this bounce out of here. What it was doing on the pre-market, well, not too much. All right. So guys, do you remember I told you I have a phone call today in a few minutes? I need to go out and prepare. I just went over the two indices that we watch every day and the 4 most common names that we trade every day. I'm sorry I need to cut it today, but I promise I will go over more names on the week. Tomorrow I'm leaving for Los Angeles. We will have a meetup of some traders on one of the community. If you are on the Los Angeles area, just hit me an email again, neto@tradingperformancecoach.com. It will be dope if we can, grab a coffee or just, like meet on the afternoon or Thursday morning. That would be great. So guys, thank you very much for watching today. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are super close to 900. Something happened this weekend and we have like 50 new more people. So thank you guys. If you are new to the community, thank you, welcome. And let's see. Remember, 1,000 followers, we will start the break, retest, boom challenge. Let's think about the price for that. All right. So thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.